Hello, I'm back. I was changing the brakes on my truck, and I remembered this story my wife read me, and figured, you know what, I wanted to hear it again, so why not read it, share it with anybody who'd want to listen. Okay, forgive me if I can't get through this um, without laughing. And anyway, so be patient. Okay, last weekend I was at the pawn shop looking for a little something special for my wife. I came across a 100,000 volt pocket taser. Its disabling effect in assailant was described as short-lived, with no long-term consequences, but would allow my wife, who would never consider carrying a gun, adequate time to retreat to safety. Way cool. Long story short, I bought the device and brought it home. I loaded two AAA batteries and pushed the button. Nothing. I was disappointed, but then I read, yes, I read the instructions, that if I press the taser against a metal surface and push the button at the same time, I would see a blue arc of electricity darting back and forth between the prongs to verify that it was working. Awesome. I have yet to explain to my wife the new burn spots on the surface of the microwave. There I was home alone with this new toy, thinking to myself that it couldn't be all that bad with only two AAA batteries, right? I sat there in my recliner, reading the instructions, my cat Gracie looking on intently. Trusting little soul. I got to thinking that I got to thinking that I really need to try this thing out on flesh and blood, a moving target, so to speak. I admit, I thought about zapping Gracie for a fraction of a second. She is such a sweet cat, but if I was going to give this device to my wife to protect herself against a mugger, I did want some assurance that it would work as advertised. Am I wrong? So there I sat, shorts and a tank top, with my reading glasses perched on the bridge of my nose, directions in one hand and taser in the other. The direction said 1 second burst would shock and disorient your assailant. A 2 second burst would cause muscle spasms and a major loss of bodily control. And 3 seconds and a 3 second burst would purportedly make your assailant flop on the ground like a fish out of water. A burst longer than 3 seconds would be a waste of batteries. Sitting there alone with Gracie looking on, her head cocked to one side as if to say, "Don't do it, stupid." But I was reasoning that a 1 second burst from such a tiny little device couldn't hurt at all. I decided to give myself a 1 second burst just for the heck of it. I touched the prongs to my naked thigh and pushed the button. Holy God, weapons of mass destruction. Jesse Ventura ran in through the side door, picked me up from my recliner, and body slammed us both into the carpet over and over and over again. I vaguely recall waking up on my side in the fetal position with tears in my eyes, body soaking wet, tingling legs, nipples on fire, and testicles nowhere to be found. Son of a... That hurt like hell! If you ever feel compelled to mug yourself with a taser, you should know that there is no such thing as a 1 second burst. When you zap yourself, you will not let go of the taser until it is dislodged from your hand by your involuntary violent thrashing about on the floor. A minute or so later, I can't be sure, as time was relative at that point. I collected what wits I had left, sat up and surveyed the landscape. My bent reading glasses were on the mantle of the fireplace. How did they get there? I don't know. My triceps, right, my triceps, right thigh, and both my nipples were twitching. My face felt like it was shot up with Novocaine. My bottom lip weighed 88 pounds, and I'm still looking for my testicles. I'm offering a significant reward for their safe return. Still in shock. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. And that's all I gotta say about that. Shalom.